It's for you. Hello everybody, I hope you're all very well. I'm Bamboo Betty and I make a vlog about cats, plants, snacks and knickknacks. Plus, also, every time I turn on the camera to open my trap, some swine starts a bandsaw in the road. Every time. So, apologies for that. They literally come along, dig a massive great big hole a few days after they've finished filling the other the other hole. And then leave it for weeks. And then as soon as I open my trap, meow. Hello. Hello everyone. I hope you're all very well. I hope you're all better than me. Actually, I'm very well. Monday was one of the greatest days of my life. They're shouting at each other now. God. I can't even go out the back because it's louder. Anyways, so I'm gonna carry on regardless. Yeah, so I make a feel-good vlog. Irony is not lost on moi. And I post that every Friday on YouTube, and I talk about cats, plants, snacks, and knickknacks. Those are the things what I love, and I've had my eye on some incredible trees that I saw in the garden centre over a year ago. And every time I go in, which is usually every week, I keep looking at them thinking, oh, one day you'll be mine. And they were incredible when they first arrived. They were really tall, Italian-looking pine trees with a very tall, thick trunk. And on the top was this incredibly romantic sort of, oh, you know, like old master style, big bushy head. I don't know what to call it. But anyway, they looked so exotic and dreamy and far, far away from England. And I just thought, oh my God, I so want them. I really, really want them. Need them? No. Want them? So much. And they were £120 each. I thought, I can't justify spending that on something that might not do very well in the old yard, out in the yard. And this is not like an American yard, which is a spacious sort of, you know, landscaped garden. We call yards in England the little concrete square that you get stuck on the back of your terraced house, back to back. So yeah, no, I wasn't convinced. I didn't want to spend that. And I just kept going in every week, just looking at them, gazing at them, thinking, I'm bonded now. I've made a connection with you two. And, well, there were 4 of them, and one disappeared, and then another one disappeared, and then 2 just started just knocking around. They kept being moved around this sort of display area, and over the months, they just got weaker and weaker and greyer and greyer and thinner and thinner. Partially a bit like me since I've been back in Brexit England, except not the thin bit. I'm on my rebounder. Just kind of weaker and greyer and sadder and older. So anyway, I had no intentions of going into the garden centre on Monday. So I went in and I told myself, do not, whatever you do, go into the aquarium shop, which is inside the garden centre. So when I walked straight in, I saw this fantastic sort of automated chomping crocodile. If you want to see it, have a look on my shorts, on my short videos. Oh my God, I need that so much. And there's another story about that later. So now I need a whole aquarium set up just to get this chomping bubbly crocodile gadget toy. So I left the aquarium shop and I just thought I'll just have a little wander in the garden centre a bit outside, because the weather has been appalling, freezing cold, thunderous rain. I mean, climate change hits us hard and it hits us fast. So, yeah, we're all doomed. Feel Good Friday, feel good Friday, feel good. It's Friday. And yeah, so I had a little wander about, and lo and behold, they weren't anywhere to be seen. I thought they're in the furnace. They've finally just kind of been oiked out into the incinerator. So I had a mooch around the back, and there was this really tragic sort of line of sorry looking specimens, trees, each tethered to what all I can call it is sort of like the firing squad against the wall. But it wasn't even a wall, it was just a really horrible sort of municipally planted two metal stakes with a bit of wire going across it, and they were all tethered there like they were on death row. Oh my God, it was heartbreaking. What was even more heartbreaking was my two trees weren't there. Oh my God, my beautiful, exotic, expensive pine trees, my Italian beauties, were tethered with a bit of thick rubber, black rubber, to the wire. No, wasn't gonna leave without them. So they were all sorry and reduced, and I thought, oh God, this day has finally come. You're coming home with me, kids. So I had a look on the ticket, and it was so old on the ticket that it was completely faded. You couldn't really see. So I went up to one of the garden workers, who are really lovely, and I said, excuse me, there's a tree over here with a price ticket on it. Can you tell me how much it is, please? It's faded. He said, yeah, no problem. I'll come over. I'll just get my ticket gun, and not tree killing gun, ticket gun. So he had a look. He went, oh, these ones aren't reduced. I said, please don't break my heart. He said, no, but they're gonna be. This is where they get reduced. This is well, he didn't use the words, but this is with Last Chance Saloon. He said, no, let me just get the barcode off them, and I'll see how much they are, because they will have been reduced, just we haven't put the ticket on them yet, probably just been brought over. So he gets his gun out, and it seems like an eternity. I felt like a lawyer, waiting for the verdict. And he said, right, so the original price was 120, and I think, let me just look. And he said, I think that's 50% off. It says 53.99. And I looked at the trees. They looked at me. I sort of gave him a side eye, and I said, do you think anyone's going to pay that? And he said, well, hang on, let me just see what section we can go to. He said, so I can see that here they've got no time left. And they're in the section of $23.99. That's the price. $23.99. Yeah. I said, I'll take them. I've just got to get them in the Fiat. So anyway, what an absolute moment of triumph. The waiting, and God knows I have a pathological kind of dysfunction of waiting. So he said, well, let me get your trolley for you. I'll help you get them in the car. He said, do you honestly need two? I said, well, I can't leave one without the other. He said, well, how are you going to get them both in the Fiat? I said, I've got bigger things in the Fiat in the past. He said, well, let's try one. So he kind of talked me out of buying both of them. So I got one, and I chose one. And he even though he was so lovely and so helpful, he kept sort of undermining my choices. I don't think he intended to do it, but it was just like, his kind of default setting. Like, do you want two? Okay, no, I don't. He said, do you want that one? And I thought, okay, do I want the other one? It's like, first of all, I want two. Second of all, I want that one. And anyway, I managed to convince myself that I was right on the one I chose, but I kind of went with him in his swaying to get just one and not two. So anyway, he was so lovely. Got it in the trolley, got it to the till, had a great laugh, had a great time, pulled it out into the car park for me, got his mate that was on his break having a fag in the car, and he said, "Come on, let's get this fit." And it was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant, perfect fit, joyous. Left the car park, and I'm just kind of 2 minutes up the road and thought, I've got to go back for the other one. Don't worry, this story is coming to a close very soon. So anyway, I get back to my house with an 8-foot tree, and it weighs an absolute ton. I get it out, get it to the front door, get it in the house, dump it in the hall. Begonia Coconut's up off her cushion thinking, what's going on? She's not supposed to be home at this time. Why am I awake? I should be asleep. Why is there a massive Italian pine tree in the hall? So I don't even stroke her. I don't even stop to give her a squeeze. I just go, back in a minute, slam the door, off down the road, back to the garden centre, run to where they were. It's still there. Absolutely delighted. I don't even get a trolley. I just pick the fucker up. Start carrying it in my arms and realise, okay, excitement can only get me so far. I need a trolley. So at this halfway through the garden centre, still outside, I see the man who was dragged out of his car on his break having a fag, and he said, "Are you back already?" I said, "I'm back for the other one. There's no way I could leave it on its own. They belong together." He said, "Come on, I'll get you some help. I'll get this in the car for you." So yeah, we just had a massive chat about eggshells for keeping the slugs off. He's got raised beds in his garden. I said I haven't eaten enough eggs in my entire life to get enough eggshells to keep the slugs off my garden. He said, "I know." He said, "I did it and I felt like Cool Hand Luke." He said he ate so many eggs to get the eggshells to get the slugs off his beans. He said, "I just went to the shop and I bought a pack of beans for them." He's bought a packet of mange too and some French beans just to give them to the slugs to keep them off his plants. I mean, to completely defeat the object. But, oh, that's what you do, isn't it? Madness. Hilarious. So, just had a vision of him in Tesco buying beans for the slugs. Yeah, so got it in the car and I can relax and I just keep thinking, this is the greatest day of my life. This is the greatest day of my life. I've got my trees, not just one that I've been dreaming of. I've got two. I'm going to make it look like an Italian villa in my garden. So, great. Get it home, get it in the hall, drag it outside. Absolutely knackered. I haven't moved them since I got them. So they're just kind of dumped in this, like the first space I found in the yard. So I'm going to show you. Come on, let's have a look. Are you coming out? You going to see the trees? Come on. Good girl. Oh, it's raining. It's just been raining forever. So here's one pot, 2 pots. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hi. Ciao. Do you like them? So there you are. I don't know if you can see because of the sky, but they are the pine trees that you get pine nuts from. It's a lovely angle. They must be 7 foot, and they are very thin and spindly, and they have been abandoned and neglected and abused in the garden centre for a year. However, look. Oh God, I just can't believe how gorgeous they are. Look. I'm so happy. talk about manifesting. I've just been obsessed with building a canopy of trees over this garden. Yeah. Sick of the rain. She's sick of it. Yeah, so aren't they amazing? There you go. That's a nice angle. So I'm just, honestly, I'm so excited. The biggest thrill this year was seeing the Christmas tree come back to life after regretting buying it so much, being all brown and crusty and completely in the way and being all stabby and spiky and a nightmare. And then those little green poofs of life coming out of the ends of the old crusty brown stalks was beyond joy. And I feel the same way about these, but more. I feel more. Ah, great. Just want to say there's my cucumbers that I got. That's the cucumber plant I rescued. You doing a bit of gardening, love? Doing a bit of pruning. Good girl. Nice. The plants in here in the yard are completely safe for cats, non-toxic, so nobody worry. And that one is verbena, well, I call it verbena bananarama, but it's verbena banariensis. Come to me for technical advice. And it's very good for her. She really enjoys that for her digestion. I bought it for her. The cucumbers were absolutely decimated by the slugs and the snails. They just, I could practically hear them crunching. But so far so good on the rescued aubergine plants. There's one. There's another baby. There's one. So I'm completely obsessed. There they are. I haven't got names yet. Anyone got any ideas? I think they're girls. Don't know, maybe Sophia Loren and someone else. So there's my Christmas tree. It's leaning away from the wall, and I read that they like space around them. So what I might do is just pull this further out, give it a bit of breathing space from the brick wall. And also, I finally had enough of the damage the slugs did to the perpetual sweet peas and the raspberries, and I pulled them out. These fuchsias are a beautiful colour. My rescued fig is looking extremely happy. It's a funny shape to have in this garden because it's a shrubby one, it's not the standard upright tree one, and all the advices put it against a really hot brick wall and it will thrive, and true that. Loves it. Look, I just want to show you my oak tree for no other reason than look at my oak tree. Isn't that gorgeous? So healthy compared to the state it was in last year with all that powdery mildew. It was all weak and insipid and flimsy. But Begonia loved it. She cast her magic spell on it and it's come back so strong. Like strong as an oak. Strong as an oak tree. And out of nowhere, a begonia plant has started growing of its own accord. Very ominous. Mystically magic. What a thing of beauty. Look at that physique. Look at them legs. Betty Grable legs. She's like an athlete in her absolute prime. That was a big swallow, big gulp. Is that going to come up now? Yep. I'll just turn the camera off, you don't need that. These are my slug hunting tools. Shall I get your cushion? Right, there's going to be an enormous vocal protest any second now, but then it'll all go quiet and she'll be happy. Oh. every single time. Hang on, I'm not even going to put my hand near you. Oh, are you happy now? I think that's hilarious. Seriously, every single time. And now she's content. I got punched twice, every time. Happy now? Is that good? Yeah? Is that comfortable? Yeah, I love you. You maniac. Oh, right then, we're back inside. The rain has stopped, the drilling stopped. She's on a cushion. Everything's calm. The trees were not the only amazing thing that happened to me this week. All weekend, I thought I only had 2 donuts left out of a bag of 5. And it turned out I had 3. I should have known it was going to be a joyous week from that moment on. So I ate them, and then I bought some more. I bought some more yesterday. So this is my snack for this week's vlog. This one is from Morrison's. Look at it sitting there, radiating happiness. And it's filled with custard flavour goo. Gone. I went to the flea market yesterday, which was Wednesday. Today is Thursday, the day I film my vlog. And Begonia Coconut woke me up at 4:30 yesterday morning. And I couldn't get back to sleep. So I thought, right, I'll go to the flea market. And I got there quite early thinking, oh, great, I'll find something exciting. I don't know whether it's because I'd been up since 4:30 and I was a bit delirious. I couldn't make a single decision. And I let 2 things that I really, really wanted just go. I just thought, oh, I don't know. I'll walk away and then maybe I don't want them. And if I buy them, I'm stuck with them and then they'll be in the way. But really, I wanted them. One was a fantastic fish tank with the pump and all the bits. It was immaculate. And I looked at it and I thought, you've been obsessing about a fish tank for about 2 years now. That's perfect. Leave it. Honestly, it was because I'd been up since 4:30. I saw something else on a jewellery store that I should have just snapped up like an aquarium crocodile. Left that as well. However, I did get a few small bits and bobs. Very eclectic, weird collection. But I was a bit sort of desperate by this point. I'd gone around a few times, chatted to some of the traders, and I literally just couldn't find anything. Well, probably could, but was just in a daze, in a Begonia Coconut haze. So I left the flea market and I thought I'll go around the charity shops, and then by the time I've done them, I'll know whether I want that thing. I'm not going to tell you because you'll never get over it. So I went around the charity shops and I thought, oh my God, what's the matter with you, woman? You absolute mad idiot. Get back in there and go get it. Obviously, it was gone, as was the fish tank. So I just started wandering about aimlessly, just going round and round and round. One of the traders said, what's the matter with you? Why, you're back, you've come back 3 times. I said, I know, have you sold that spirit level? He said, yeah, of course I have. He said, I'll get you another one. I've got one at home, you can have that. I'll give it to you next week. But I did get a couple of things from his stall. He's got just, I mean, he just empties his shed basically. He's just got a load of old tut that he brings, and he does have some gorgeous stuff. He does deal in antiques as well as a bit of jewellery and a bit of vintage, but he also has a side table that he just puts all the crap from his shed on, which is just like heaven for me, honestly. And he told me, because I told him why I was kind of just like, just not on, you know, firing on all cylinders. I was on low power, like battery level 2, because Begonia got me up and he said, oh, I've got a little cat, and he said I found it in the shed as well. Yeah, so he's got a little black cat like Begonia, but he said it's 15 years old now. Oh no, very skinny, and he's very affectionate though. But yeah, I found him in the shed. I love sheds. So stop rambling. I've just talked for hours, haven't I? It might have been that third donut I had for breakfast as well as the one I've just had. So I got these from him, and neither of us knew what they were, which is why I bought them. I've had a good look on Google and it's not exactly clear, but are they all the same? Are they the same? But the most I can find out is that they are hand looms, antique, possibly from sort of 1900, 1910, possibly French, and they are yeah, hand looms, traditionally used for making lace, but they sort of look like bobbins. And what I saw online was that there were each of these are all the same. So each of these had another section that had cogs that would go in these sort of indents. The teeth of the cogs would go in there, and the craftswoman would do that, and out would come lace or like a ribbon or something. I don't know exactly. I'm sure there'll be someone watching. Oh, well, I hope there's someone watching that can enlighten me and everyone on how these work. I can only find one listed on Etsy. I think that's in America, and that's what they had it down as. And it sort of makes sense when you see the other picture of the other two sections. So anyway, they're very, very tactile. I do like a thing that you can do that with. I do like to stick my hands in places. But aren't they nice? Isn't that nice? I just bought it because it's a complete oddity and a mystery, and I wanted to find out. Oh, they're so nice. Now I've got to start hand weaving lace. I'm not. I thought if I ever sold them, if anybody wanted to buy them, they'd look great as a haberdashery decor in a funky bougie haberdasher's shop, or a dressmaking shop, or a seamstress in their window. Gorgeous. So there you go. That's them. I also picked up from him this bag that I must have picked up about 5 times and put it down again. And every time he said, I don't know what it is, I don't know what it's from. I said, I don't know either. But it's a spacesuit and the helmet's there. And it looks like it's either from Action Man or another vintage boys toy. Was there some sort of spaceman toy? And it's got some other bits and pieces in, so I'll unopen it. And I will open it. And I just thought I could hold it in front of Begonia from a distance, where I feel safe, and pretend that she's an astrocat in an astronaut suit. So let's open it. There we go. They were in 2 separate bags. So this one, I think the description for the condition that you use for something like this is play worn. It's not bad. It's okay, but I don't think it has any value, monetary value anyway. But it's quite a nice little vintage memento. I don't know, is it 60s or 70s? And those boots were in the bag, but I think the boots should have been white. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Maybe. No, yeah, they don't look right. They look like they should have white boots to match the helmet. So it's in a bit of a state. And there's a little mobile phone in there as well. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I wonder if that's a magnet. That would go on the fridge. That's fantastic. I absolutely love that. Boop, 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 boop. Hello, this is ground control to Captain Coconut. Are you receiving me, Captain Begonia Coconut? Over. Roger, affirmative. Over. Boop. And the other bag. Oh, this one's got stirrups. I don't know what that's for. It's got a tag inside. Let's have a look. Is it like a workman's suit? Action Man. Made in Hong Kong. Okay. Sorry. I wonder what that was for. Engineer's outfit. Anything on the back? No. That's that. And this one. Are these army pants? Do you remember everything having that press stud on? Like every doll's outfits, toy, clothes had a press stud like that. It was just part of your existence when you were a kid, wasn't it? What's that? Army jacket? Hang on. God, that says something like made in British Crown somewhere. Oh, just wherever it is, I apologise on behalf of my nation for whatever we did to you. Sorry, genuinely. I also got this from another trader. I thought it was just a really great colour. It's sort of like an antique colour that you associate the sort of Victorian gentlemen's travellers. Oh God, they probably colonised somewhere, because it's a lovely condition, and inside is either for earrings or cufflinks, and I just thought that that would make a great modern day earring case for men. So it's in excellent condition. I think that's nice. So still slightly dazed and frustrated, I did one last lap of the market. I went back to the first stalls that I saw when I walked in, and just wasn't really looking, to be honest. Thinking I was looking, but not looking. And right in the front, I was this. So maybe it was a lucky escape from the fish tank and the thing that I should have bought but didn't, because this is a bit of nice, isn't it? It's an enamel for cabochon, sort of, what would you call that? It's definitely bohemian. It's sort of Indian, Czech, Thai, Italian inspired. I wish I could do a DNA test on it. I don't know what that is. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, love it. It's definitely vintage. And I've only seen another on Etsy that is listed for about £55. That's fancy. I mean, on the way home, I might as well show you because I bought it in a charity shop. I bought a pack of old exercise books from a school. They were £4 in the charity shop, and I'm hoping it's going to finally inspire me to start writing the next chapter of my incredibly exciting novel. Honestly, it's brilliant. I can say this because it's all in my head, but I don't know. Maybe I should take it to the grave with me. I should really just write it, but I'm not that kind of man. So what else I thought I'd do was show you some of my collection of summer coats and light summer raincoats, because I didn't know I was going to have to be dragging these out of the cupboard in July, but I have, and I'll just give you a little bit of a fashion show. So sit back, and here we go. Had this for years, got it in a charity shop, I think a thrift store, in 1970s, leopard print rain mac. It did have a belt. It's gone AWOL. I'm besotted with this little number. I hardly ever wear it, but I did absolutely kill it once. I think it was just one summer, and it's gorgeous. It's the most divine. It's a really expensive pink, if you know what I mean. It's actually an expensive coat. It's Four Seasons who design high quality, sort of high end rainwear and other bits and pieces. It's sort of in the echelons of Burberry and what have you, Aquascutum, that sort of area. And I don't know if this is vintage. They were really, sort of massive in the 70s. If you look through all those magazines, you'll find, all the vintage magazines, you'll find Four Seasons. I've got a couple of other Four Seasons coats upstairs that are just, deliciously 80s. This one, I'm not sure. Maybe 90s Y2K. I don't know. It could be just from a few years ago. I think I found one on a bit of a troll through the internet that was priced at about £500. I got this in a charity shop for about £6, and it's got a button missing, which is a bit of a pain, but I kept meaning to take one of the buttons from there and there, probably that one, because that goes nowhere, and replace that one that's missing. And I just love the geometry of it, this engineered shoulder. I'm all about that shoulder. I'd love shoulders that do that. It's got shoulder pads, so it's extremely flattering. And it's got a lovely sort of inverted tulip shape. That colour? Oh, look at with my pampas. Lovely. But look at the lining. It's so silky. It's so luxurious. It's such good quality. It's like blancmange. I love this look too. I bought this from the shop. I bought it from H&M, from the actual shop. And I think it was the very last thing I decided to buy before I never bought fast fashion again. I remember making the absolute decided decision. A decided decision. No more. Never again. And I haven't. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Lovely sort of jungle print with cheetahs and flowers. And I think I must have been in the dressing room for about an hour with about 4 of the same thing. Just trying to find one that had the right spacing on the back, placing, the right placing. And I was trying to look over my shoulder to see where they were, to absolutely make sure that my last fast fashion purchase from a shop was the best I could get. And this one I got in Zara. It was around about the same time. Obviously, it was before the kimono from H&M, but I mean, I'm so over Zara. Saturation, what? Stop making clothes just for a minute. Take a breath and stop pumping out clothes. I mean, no one can hear me screaming into the void. But it's fantastic. But I can't even bring myself to put it on because I just feel like, oh please, no more Zara. But yeah, it's a good summer coat, and I think it's meant to be some sort of like dress or beachy sort of pullover. I'm not sure what it's meant to be actually, because it's completely open at the front. So yeah, you wear it over something. This is my favourite colour combination. That pink and that orange. I wonder if I should do my bedroom or the kitchen. Still going on about that kitchen. One day never. These are my top 2 summer coats. This one was such a joyous score. It's vintage country casuals, 100% silk. I think it's even lined in silk. Cerise, like electric pink summer coat, and I got it at a charity shop for something like £3. Those were the days. Oh, remember those days? They were so far. Well, they were about 3 years ago. Gone now. It's over now. But wow. Oh, it's joyous. I've worn it, so it's no longer a new with tags, new old stock. It's now mine. And oh my God, it's just incredible. Let me show you the buttons. Look at that. I don't know what kind of shell that is. What would that be? Very, 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 very beautiful. It's like iridescent abalone, but dark, purpley brown treacle. Flash, flash. Massive shoulders. I mean, there's the shoulder on the mannequin. You get all of that power going on. Back up. Amazing. And yeah, the fabric. Camera's probably freaking out. But it has a sort of, can you see? A sort of Japanese tree embossed print. And it's crushed silk. Oh, it's gorgeous. I don't know if it was originally meant as like a mother of the bride coat. Maybe it came in a two-piece suit. But it's my fancy pants coat now. Do you think it's a bit sort of vintage gangsterish? I think it's got that bit of sort of... Nah. And finally, piece de resistance, vintage 1990s, embroidered Anne Llewellyn white linen summer coat. Yeah, I don't think it could get more 90s if it tried. I remember I had these incredibly elaborately embroidered black flare hipsters in the 90s, and the flowers like that, I think I got them from Warehouse, the flowers just went all the way up the sides, and I bought them to replace the most amazing vintage pair of 70s flares, you know, the ones that the technical term is fuck off at the knee flares. So they were skin tight sort of crimpling black hipsters I got in a charity shop for like 50p in the 80s, and they fucked off at the knees, super flappy wide, and they had a vent at the side that was full of embroidered flowers. Oh, they were amazing. I feel that they were stolen. I have no proof, and I have no record of their whereabouts. They are AWOL, gone. Anyway, since then, I've been trying to replace the missing hole. I think this kind of does the job, because I bought this in the wholesalers. So I was digging through the bins looking for garments to try and sort of make up for the expenses that it had cost me to get to this warehouse place. When I thought that I was going to set up a vintage retail business, a shop. I'm not doing that now. I'm doing something else. But at the time, I just thought I just need stock. I just cannot get enough stock. So dig. Couldn't find anything on the shelves, and pulled this out. It was like a twisted old rag, and it does have some of that iron stain marking on it. You know, the stuff that looks like rust. But because I'm not running a vintage retail business, I am keeping everything. I don't mind. So this is a joyous little number. Look, it's all embroidered. Big shoulders, got shoulder pads in there, lovely mandarin collar. I just put that pin in to keep it straight. And there's the stain. Does anyone know how to get this out? Can you get like a sort of a special product to get? I used to call it iron mold. Is that what it's still called? You know, this kind of metal rust stain. I had to go with Oxy and with the pink spray, but nothing's shifted it so far. And then I think I wore it once, and then I put it back in the cupboard, and now I'm just happy to have it. So it's linen, it's lined, it's got sort of kimono side splits, and it's just the dream, isn't it? Gorgeous. Oh my God, I've just turned it round. I've never looked at it from the back on the mannequin before. It's a bit Elvisy, isn't it? Oh Lord. He's in the building. I think I need to get this out and wear it more. It's cold enough. So yeah, so that's it. So there we go. I call this week an uneven week. You know, when you have weeks that are kind of just like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And yeah, it's been a very strange week in England. I mean, the news, Lord Almighty. I can't even. I can't even. And it sort of affects people. I mean, God, it affects me, no end. And yeah, the weather and the news and the weirdness of it all. Anyway, I feel like I have had personal triumphs in a week of national adversity. I hope you've had triumphs too. Triumphs. And I hope they continue to come thick and fast. Thank you so much for watching and for all your amazing comments again. Oh, it's brilliant. It's like having amazing pen pals all over the world. I love hearing stories of your finds and your triumphs. So the drilling started again, which means I am going to go and have that last final donut. And I hope you have a fantastic week. And I shall see you here, same place, same time, whatever time you like, next week. Please subscribe. It's completely free. Also, give me a thumbs up if you feel like it. Even better, leave a comment. I would really appreciate, actually, if you've got any ideas for names for the two trees. And I'll see you here again. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.